Hey, what's up? Pizowell here. Gonna do a response to RUNK over at Slasherclub's video requesting us to compile our favorite horror movies of the decade thus far. When I first started racking my brain about compiling a list, there were only a handful of movies that really leapt to mind. But when I actually sat down and started making a list, I realized that amidst the onslaught of terrible remakes, there were actually a few pretty good movies released this year, and I made a list. And these are in no particular order, aside from the first two, which were the first two that really leapt to mind. The first one being Let the Right One In. This movie is one of the rare occasions in which the hype surrounding the movie is totally justified, in my opinion. The movie's just exceptionally well written, well directed, and well acted by the two leads, who give the two very young leads, who give just phenomenal performances. The movie's poetic, it's beautifully dreary, and very moving, I felt. Love that film, every second of it. The next movie is American Psycho, which introduced me to Christian Bale, who of course plays Patrick Bateman in the film. He gives what I consider an Oscar-worthy performance as Patrick Bateman. I kind of want to liken his performance in that movie to Heath Ledger's in The Joker, as the Joker in The Dark Knight, in that they both play kind of over-the-top characters, but their performances just sort of, you know, skirt the precipice of going over the top, but don't actually go over the top. Just got an email. It's a period piece, it's a satire, and it's a portrait of men behaving badly. Also highly recommend the book, written by Brady Stenellis. Next is Session 9, which is an exercise in mood and atmosphere. I just remember the air of uneasiness that I felt watching that movie. It seemed like it was all building up toward something terrible, which it was. Another movie, Behind the Mask, which I just did a video about. Great slasher movie, my favorite slasher movie of this decade. The Descent, directed by Neil Marshall. Planet Terror, directed by Robert Rodriguez. I loved every second of Planet Terror. I thought it was a great zombie movie. Loved the characters, loved the dialogue, loved the frenetic action, the gore, everything. Loved that movie. The original Saw, of course, is a classic. Great twist at the end. I've seen Part 2, didn't like it. Watched about 40 minutes of Part 3 and gave up, and really have no interest in watching the others. The next are two Jack Ketchum adaptations, The Lost and The Girl Next Door. Fantastic movies, both of them. Frailty, which very well written, very well directed by Bill Paxton. Roger Ebert actually called Frailty the best movie of the year, whatever year it was released, somewhere earlier this decade. House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. Both directed by Rob Zombie. Both I consider to be really good movies. I think Devil's Rejects is actually technically the better movie, but House of a Thousand Corpses I just find really entertaining. I like it a lot. I think it's got that value of being able to rewatch it numerous times, whereas the Devil's Rejects kind of doesn't. I don't know which one I lean toward. I want to lean toward House of a Thousand Corpses because I think it's a more entertaining film, but also because it seems like a lot of people like the Devil's Rejects more, and I kind of want to rebel. I don't know. 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, I liked both movies a lot. Comparing the two, I don't know. I'd have to watch them back to back and just sort of brood over them for a little while. I don't know. I liked them both a lot. I thought they were great zombie movies. May, of course, Angela Bettis, fantastic in that movie. Wonderfully written and directed by Lucky McKee. Next, the Dawn of the Dead remake. By far, leaps and bounds the best remake that we've got. And My favorite indie movie of the decade, Dawn, directed by Jay Reel, from over at Dead Pit. Just a great indie movie, very well written, very well directed, and the leads in the movie, Ray Boucher and the girl that plays May, or not May, but Dawn, her name escapes me. I'm not sure how old she was at the time. She couldn't have been more than 12, 13, but just delivered a phenomenal performance. I thought the movie was very moving. Some of my honorable mentions: Willard with Crispin Glover, good remake. The Ring with Naomi Watts, my favorite of the Asian American remake trend. Midnight Meat Train, I really liked a lot. Different kind of movie. I thought it was very interesting. Dance of the Dead, really fun, entertaining zombie movie. Cloverfield, of course. Bubba Hotep, I liked a lot. I thought Bruce Campbell was really good in that, of course. Directed by Don Coscarelli. I thought it was a really fun movie. And Inside. And Inside, I'm sure, is going to make a lot of people's list of the best. It's probably be at the very top of a lot of people's lists. The first hour of that movie, I was totally in awe of. The atmosphere, the mood. I was like, this is how you make a horror movie. You know, these are the guys who should do Halloween 2. In fact, at the time when I watched this movie, they were the guys that directed Inside were slated to do Halloween 2. Of course, that fell through. But they would have been perfect choices to do it, because they definitely know something about building a mood and suspense and stuff. I felt like after the first hour of the movie, they sort of just ran out of ideas and decided to paint the walls red and cover everything in gore. When the police showed up, some of their decision-making process totally took me out of the movie. Bringing the perp that they arrested on their prior bust or whatever, with them into the home to investigate, totally took me out of the movie. The actress who plays the baddie, and her name is escaping me now too. I don't want to meet her in a dark alley. Great performance. But those are my top movies of this decade so far. I was surprised that there were actually so many, and I'm sure I've probably left one or two out. So I don't know. Anyway, go over to Slasherclub. Check out RUNK's video. Post what your favorite movies are of this decade so far. And if you think I'm off my rocker with some of my decisions, go ahead and let me know. We've got a few movies to look forward to this year. The Nightmare on Elm Street remake's coming out in 2010, maybe. I don't know. H2, but trailer for that movie, I don't know. Maybe some more good indie stuff will come out, hopefully. But anywho, until next time, I'm pizowell. Peace.